All right. So in this video, we are, as you know, talking about how we can restructure offers to make them irresistible, or as some like people like to call it, no-brain offers. Um, and I'm sure most of us has read $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi by now. If you haven't, go read it. It's a pretty good book, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video. But I want to address something real quick before we get into it because it seems to me like a lot of people are scared of changing their clients' offers. Okay. And like, this doesn't just go for people that is doing lead generation or B2B lead generation for other clients where you are sending cold emails. It also goes for agency owners um, that helps e-commerce. So digital marketing agencies that is helping e-commerce scale and grow through Facebook ads, TikTok ads, whatever. You still need to help the e-commerce client if they are not generating or if they're not doing something correctly. You can still change or tell them, look, you might need to offer this free, I don't know, like lighter every single time someone buys because your lighter is really hot on in the web shop, but it doesn't cost a lot of money. So if we can just give away that lighter for free every single time someone buys more than $300 worth of clothing or $50 worth of clothing, we're gonna give that lighter away, right? So that could be an offer. Maybe you need to create an offer that says every single time you buy two items, you get three items, so you get one for free. Or you need to create the offer so that, I don't know, there is another type of offer, like a guarantee on top of that offer, right? Or they can return it, like changing offers. It also goes for lead generation agencies, right? So um, I was working with a TikTok agency, or it was actually like a full stack digital marketing agency. But at the time when I was working with them, they specifically wanted my help because they were launching this new TikTok offer that they had, where they would scale up someone's TikTok ads and like e-commerce TikTok ads. So they hired me, and I was trying to make it work, right? But there wasn't a lot of people that just wanted TikTok ads. And the thing that this digital marketing agency that I was working with was doing, that they were like a huge unique thing that they were doing, was that they had their own studio, so they could create their own videos, like user generated content that matched the TikTok algorithm, right? Or just normal TikTok videos. They would create videos in their own studio for free if they could run their ads. And at the time, TikTok ads was pretty new, so there wasn't a lot of people that even wanted to try it. But at the time, most people or most e-commerce brands were still doing like a lot of volume on Facebook ads, and I knew this because I had just come from the space. Um, but the problem that most people were facing in their Facebook ads account was that the cost per click was just going up. They couldn't get people to click on the videos. They were getting boring. People were not updating their creatives fast enough, and I knew this, right? So I told them, look, what if instead of you trying to offer TikTok ads like you want me to, like, I can do that. We are getting some meetings booked, but I think we can change up the offer because you guys, you have a studio where you create user generated content, right? So I asked them if I could maybe try and create a campaign around an offer where we said we will create your creatives for you, and if it doesn't outperform your current creatives that you have on Facebook, we're just gonna refund you everything, and you're not gonna pay us anything, right? But if it does, we are gonna charge X amount. We would say that on the call, right? But we had this really bold offer where we just said, look, we're gonna create you like 15 creatives, and if it costs like, let's say, $200 or $100 per creative that we create for you, and we know that majority of them is going to outperform your current ones, But let's say that 4 out of those 15 creatives does not outperform your current creatives, and we would then get on a call with them and figure out what is their click-through rate, what is their cost per click, etc., etc. And we would figure out, can we create creatives that is better than that? If they already had like amazing creatives or click-through rates, we wouldn't make them an offer because we wouldn't like the guarantee would be too hard to fulfill upon. But there are people where this digital marketing agency that I was working with were just like, okay, these guys' ads are so bad that we can easily get a higher click-through rate on this, right? Or and a higher cost per click or a lower cost per click. So we just said, okay, sure. So if 4 out of these 15 or five, every single creative that doesn't outperform this exact number that we agree upon, we will just refund you or create new ones. So it was a no-brain offer. Like people either got more out of their money, like they got better creatives or they didn't pay anything, right? And it was so easy for the marketing agency to just create these creators because they already had the studio and they already had the creators in there. And then the amazing thing about it was also that they gained that trust by creating these creatives, that they were in contact with them all the time and they could just easily upsell them on their other services. So they were like, hey, by the way, TikTok ads is extremely cheap right now. If you want to test it out, we can kind of run a few test campaigns, and if it works out, we can figure out if you want to continue down that road. And they would sign a lot of TikTok ads clients for that. That was actually their offer that they wanted me to sell. But by doing it this way, they just got a lot of leads through that, right? So you can easily change up people's offers. And if you are just a person that helps people with their marketing and their sales and marketing, and you just use what they got and you just kind of say, okay, so this guy wants to send more emails. They're already sending a few emails. Let me just take the same messaging and the same offer that they've been trying to make it work for the last 5 years. And I'm going to hope that as soon as I step in and I send cold emails, that it's just going to work. You are pretty naive, bro, right? You need to change or reframe the way that their offer is positioned and how they create the offers, because that is what is going to move the needle for them, right? It's not you rewriting the scripts. It is rewriting the scripts, but it's rewriting the scripts with a new offer or a new positioning, right? Okay. Um, Another thing is that most people think that offers is just the way where you say guaranteed or make more, like, or I'll refund you everything. That's not the case. Like I had a friend that was working with his e-commerce brand. He was doing Facebook ads for them, and he came on as like the media buyer that was going to run Facebook ads for them. But he couldn't actually make it work. Like he promised them to scale them past a certain amount of ad spend because they couldn't scale past that while being profitable. And he was like, okay, so are you sure that this is the right messaging that we should use? They were like, it was like some kind of supplement, and in all their ads, they were mentioning um, gut health, that this was the pill to take or the supplement to take for gut health. And he kept on asking them, is this the right messaging? Is this the right messaging? Yes, we have asked our clients or customers, they take this supplement because of the gut health. And he couldn't scale past a certain point until he asked them, okay, guys, can we make a survey for our existing customer list to figure out why they actually bought and why they keep buying this supplement? And he wrote down some answers like gut health, weight loss, third, fourth, fifth thing, and the results came back, and only like 10-15% of the people bought the supplement because of gut health, and like 75% of people bought because of like weight loss, right? So this brand had been thinking their, like, for the last 2 or 3 years that their main selling proposition was gut health, but it wasn't. It was um, it was weight loss. So as soon as he changed the messaging to weight loss, he could scale past the thing that they couldn't scale past, and they were way more profitable because they were now their messaging was now something that people wanted, or most people wanted. All right. So if you've read $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi, you'll know this graph. So it's dream outcome x perceived likelihood of achievement divided by time delay and effort and sacrifice. Okay. Most, but most still seem to don't most still don't seem most, but most people, but most still don't seem to understand when it comes to the beat. All right. So the Hormozi version, all right. It is basically just the analogy of the guy on the island, right? A guy on the island. So his dream outcome is to get away from the island because he's stranded. He cannot get away from the island, right? Um, that is his dream outcome. So there's a bunch of different ways that he can get off the island. He can either create a boat, but it's going to take a long time, so there's a huge time delay. Um, he can swim, but it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of sacrifice. It's also going to take a long time, and he might drown because there's a likelihood that he's just going to drown and he's going to be tired. Same goes for the boat. There's a chance that the boat is not going to be able to get him to the main island or to the main shore. Or he can kind of get a helicopter. There can be a helicopter that can just fly to him, pick him up, and he'll be on his way to the main shore in no time. Or he can take like a magic pill, and he will instantly just wake up on the main shore, right? So there's a bunch of different things, and that is how people kind of perceive value and a good offer, right? So the faster something can be done with less sacrifice, so people will rather have like a people will rather have a experienced salesperson come in and sell for their business instead of learning how to do sales themselves, right? But it's more expensive usually. So but they will value that higher than a course learning themselves, right? um so how does this make sense for B2B and Codimo? Well, let's go through them one by one. So dream outcome, you need to deeply understand what the specific job titles of the people you're reaching out to has as dream outcomes. So this is a huge one that most people they don't understand when they are sending out their cold emails, because most people they just take every single person that they think is part of being their ideal client profile, every single job title, and then they just put them all inside one campaign and hope for the best. But a founder of a big SaaS company is usually looking for a big exit. That is usually what SaaS companies are looking for. Why? Because SaaS companies has insane margins. It's very easy to sell because usually it's online or everything is online. And SaaS companies are usually like newer because it's a new type of business that hasn't been around for that long compared to like construction companies. Um, and when a company is newer, people are more likely to sell it because it's not family owned, or it's not something that a person has been working on for the last 50 years, something like that. So they're just looking for exits, continue to the next new thing, right? That is usually what a SaaS founder wants. While a founder of a local bakery is just looking for more customers, as it's a family owned business, and he wants to keep running it in honor of his father. So just the two founders here has two different like dream outcomes, and you need to understand that. And then again, the CEO of a SaaS company, he might not be looking for the exit, because what does the CEO get out of having like a huge exit? The CEO, he might just get the CEO. In some cases, the CEO is the founder, In some cases, the CEO has been hired by the founder, right? And he might not even have equity in the company. So sometimes, or most of the time, the CEO is looking to increase revenue to get approved for the next funding round. That is his objective, right? So he's just looking for more revenue, more milestones to hit. While the CEO of a construction company might not directly be looking for more revenue, that might not be his like big goal. He is actually just looking for ways to find more contractors and employees willing to work for him, since that is his biggest bottleneck. And a direct correlation to getting more employees and more contractors willing to work for him, he will get more revenue. Okay. And this is all while the VP of sales, of course, would be happy with more revenue, but it's not really what he's looking for. He's actually just looking for more quality leads in the pipeline, right? So you need to know the dream outcome before you create your offers. And the dream outcome can be different for every single type of job title. And you need to figure out what is the dream outcome for this person. An employee, he might not be looking for the big exit, or he might not be looking for more revenue. He might be looking for acknowledgement and a raise or status at the company, or more involvement in the company, or being the guy that took the decision to move forward with this initiative that worked out amazingly, right? Where the CEO is not looking for that because he's the highest up. He's just looking for more revenue. So you need to change. Um, you need to change the offer depending on who in the company you are targeting. Okay, and you need to create different campaigns. So the next one is perceived likelihood of achievement. Okay, so testimonials are awesome. The more testimonials you have, the better. But what is better than a lot of testimonials? Great testimonials. And what is better than great testimonials? Relevant testimonials. Okay. And what is better than relevant testimonials? A lot of great relevant testimonials. So if you are an agency targeting ecom brands, don't be lazy and just target every ecom brand in the whole world with your best case study. Instead, find ecom brands and match them with your great relevant testimonials or case studies. And it's even better if it's like a competitor or companies that they know about. It might take longer to segment, but it will 100% be worth it. So you just create, just like you did with job titles, you also create different campaigns depending on different sub niches in your target market, right? So it might be streetwear fashion brands, if you have a case study right there, or it might be fitness clothing brands, or it might be um, women's jewelry, right? Or it might be something completely different, but it's like sub niches, right? So the more relevant the case study is, the more likely the company you're reaching out to is going to be like, holy shit, it's not just a random web shop he scaled. It's actually a case study or a web shop that looks exactly like mine, does the exact same thing. So if he can scale that company, he obviously knows a lot about that industry. So I'm going to talk to him, right? All right. So guarantees and risk reversals. This also goes into the whole thing about perceived likelihood of achievement. Because how likely is it that I'm gonna achieve this thing, right? Is it 100%? And what happens if I don't achieve it, right? So obviously there comes a point with offers where if you have enough proof, you don't need to offer prospects a risk reversal, because the whole thing about convincing someone, I got like fucking ChatGPT to create a picture for it right here, but it doesn't. This was supposed to be like testimonials with the stars, and this was supposed to be a picture of guarantees, but I don't see how this is a guarantee, and it also got stars. So yeah, but the more testimonials that you have, like the thing about a guarantee and perceived likelihood of achievement is that when you are convincing someone to work with you, they need to know that there's a 100% guarantee, or there's a high chance that it's going to work. But if there's a low chance it's going to work, what you can do is that you can offer them a guarantee. Because if you don't have any track record or testimonials, obviously it's going to be harder for you to convince them that there's a 100% chance it's going to work, because you don't have testimonials and case studies. So what you can do to kind of mitigate that is by offering them some type of guarantee or a risk reversal. So if it doesn't happen, there's no risk to them, right? So it's something that you can use. But there comes a point when you have so much social proof and so many testimonials and so many case studies and so many people that you've worked with, that you don't need a guarantee, because there's such a high chance that it's going to work because you've done it so many times, right? Does this make sense? So if you don't have any testimonials or proof your solution works, then you 100% need a guarantee slash risk reversal. However, if your product is good enough, even though you have endless amount of testimonials, I would still recommend some type of risk reversal. You just don't need to be aggressive with it. What do I mean by that? It means that you probably still need some type of guarantee, even though your product is amazing, because you can just create the guarantee around you delivering a specific thing. And if your product is really, really good, obviously you can deliver on that. So how do you create risk reversal offers slash use guarantees? Well, in most cases, you tell them if something does not happen, you will either refund them, work with them till it has been achieved for free, or free of charge, or work on a performance only structure. So if we take B2B lead generation agencies as an example, a no guarantee risk reversal offer might look like this. We will book you meetings through cold email and you pay us $5,000 a month. But if you have worked with, like, if you are doing this offer to a SaaS company and you've worked with 500 different SaaS companies and 499 of them actually you were able to book over 100 meetings a month consistently, the person receiving this offer is going to be like, okay, what is the chance that I'm going to be the next person that they cannot book any meetings for, instead of being one of the 499 out of 500 people that this person could actually book meetings for, right? So there's so much social proof and so many testimonials that you don't need a guarantee, that they'll just say yes to the $5,000 a month, right from the get-go. But if your offer is so good and you have a track record of working with 500 different companies, and on average you book, let's say, 50 meetings a month for your clients across all the 500 different clients, you know that you can at least book every single company you work with 10 to 20 meetings on a monthly basis, right? So you can still have a guarantee that says, look, if you don't book at least 10 meetings a month, we will refund you everything, right? Because you know that your product is so good that you will 100% book more than 10 meetings a month. So it's just a worst case scenario type of guarantee, right? The next thing is a monetary guarantee. So we will book you meetings through cold email and you pay us $5,000 a month. If we have not booked you 50 qualified meetings in the first 3 months, we'll refund you everything. Okay? That is another way to do the guarantee in a B2B setting. And a non-monetary guarantee would be like saying, we'll book you meetings through cold email and you pay us $5,000 a month. And if we have not booked you 50 qualified meetings in the first 3 months, we will work for free until we have booked you 50 qualified meetings. So you'll just work for free until you have booked 50 qualified meetings. And a performance guarantee is saying, we will book you meetings through cold email on a complete pay-per-go model. You pay us $300 per qualified meeting we book for you. Okay? So that's another way to just eliminate the risk from their side and just say, look, you don't pay us anything. You just pay us $300 every single time we achieve the result, the desired outcome. Okay? I strongly recommend you implement some type of guarantee or risk reversal in your cold email. And if you send cold emails for a client, work with them to craft a no-brain guarantee. That was what I was saying in the start. You need to work with your clients to craft these offers, right? How can we do some type of non-monetary guarantee? Like, let's take another example. Like if you're doing SaaS, it's very easy to offer them some type of guarantee if it doesn't work, because you just give them logins, right? With SaaS, you can create the most insane offers because you're simply just giving them a login. And if they are not satisfied with the product, just give them the money back. You will close so many more clients by having a guarantee, right? And it's really important that you explain this to your clients. Like you have to tell them, look, by offering a guarantee, you're not just sitting there risking money to be refunded. You're actually closing so many more clients with a guarantee that it'll make up for everything. And if you trust your product, you shouldn't have any reason why you shouldn't offer guarantees. So don't present it as something that is risky to the client. For example, if you're working with a tax accountant, and the client and the tax accountant on average can save, or the client he's working with on average can save 30% of tax payments, then you can talk with your client and tell him, look, let's have a guarantee that says if they don't get more money out of the taxes that they will save, or the money that they will save, they don't pay anything after working with them. And if they don't do it, you will just refund them everything, right? Or you can say something like, if the tax accountant on average saves 30% of their money that they are spending on taxes, you can just have a guarantee that says you'll at least save 5 to 10%. So just lowball it. So like you can just make sure that you can hit that goal. And you can easily write that in a cold email. But the good thing about guarantees in a cold email is that you're not selling the service in a cold email. You're just selling the meeting. So unless they sign a contract, you can just say whatever you want in the cold email. So if your client then hops on a sales meeting with a prospect and he finds out by doing an audit that in this case he won't be able to save them a lot of money, then guess what? You just say, or your client just says that they cannot guarantee anything because he can't make it work for them, right? So it's a way to kind of figure out, okay, can I even help this person? That's the most important thing. Can I help this person? No? Okay, I'm not going to offer him anything. But if I can help him, of course, if I strongly believe that I can help a person, then of course I'm going to be able to just put a guarantee on it, right? It makes sense. The same goes for like one of my first clients, like the digital marketing agency that I was talking about before. Like they could easily do an audit of their Facebook ad account and see the click-through rate and see the cost per click and figure out, can we make ad creatives that is better than this? Yes, okay, let's offer him a guarantee. If no, we're not going to work with this client. It's very simple. So remember, in the cold email, you're selling the meeting and not the service, okay? I'm not going to go over time delay and effort and sacrifice because it's very simple. The faster you can get something, the dream outcome, the faster you can get someone to the dream outcome, the more likely they will hop on board with you. Like if it takes someone 1 year to book 50 meetings compared to another person where it takes one month to book 50 meetings, the person is going to go with the person where it takes 1 month. And effort and sacrifice is easy. Are you selling like a done with you service or done for you service? Usually people rather want a done for you service because they don't have to do anything. Okay, so that is it for this offer video. Please work with your clients and your own offers to create no-brain offers, right? You need no-brain offers. It's the easiest way to just get results faster. And you need to work with your clients to create these type of offers. Don't expect your clients to just have these offers made before you even work with them. You are there to help them create these offers. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.